Stefan Auguste will round out the starting five. Auguste heading toward the center circle. Appears as though he'll be jumping for the Cougars. Meanwhile, Stephen Clark will be on the other side of the jump circle. There's Hayden Brown. He had a great game against Presbyterian. Another double-double for him. 26 points, 17 rebounds. As Clark wins the tip, Moff has it, running point for the Citadel. I mentioned the other starters already, Roach, Davis, and Brown. Clark, and an illegal screen is called. That's against Hayden Brown on the dribble handoff. Bryson Scott heads off already for the Cougars, and Antoine Farrell out there. He has the ball now. Gives it up to Sims. Farrell gets it back at the foul line, guarded closely by Moff. Shot clock hits 10. Dylan Scott across the lane, spins back, finds Auguste for a three, and the Cougars have the first points of the game. The Citadel works it around. Now Roach off a handoff, answers with a triple of his own. Roach shooting nearly 50% from behind the arc. He's now 15 for 32 on the season. 15 three-pointers already for the freshman, including 8 in that collegiate debut in the big road at Pitt, win at Pitt on the road, as this jumper is missed by Coley. Clark up the floor to Brown, finds Moff open for three. Offensive rebound and a putback for Hayden Brown. Three ball on the way and good for Dylan Scott, a freshman on this team. Now 3 for 10 from three-point range this season. Roach can't answer this time. Off the heel of the rim, but Clark, an offensive rebound and a stick back. The Citadel had just 7 offensive rebounds at Presbyterian. Meanwhile, the Blue Hose had 18 offensive rebounds, and Presbyterian ultimately was +2 total rebounds, 47 to 45. So good to see the Bulldogs on the offensive glass early. Takeaway, and Brown is fouled on a transition layup. Mentioned Hayden Brown, 26 points, 17 rebounds. The 17 rebounds, the second most in his career. 17 rebounds, also tied his best mark against a Division I opponent. He had 17 rebounds against Western Carolina in conference play last February. 17 rebounds against Presbyterian. Also tied for 5th in program history against Division I opponents for a single game performance. Hayden Brown holds the program record. He had 21 rebounds. That's the top mark. That was against Columbia International. That was a non-D1 opponent, but it is the best of a Bulldog in any game. Here's a missed layup, challenged by Brown. Brown comes away with the ball, finds Moff trailing for 3, and that's exactly the way you draw it up for the Bulldogs. Brown finds the open man, and Moff knocks it down. Moff now 4 for 10 from three-point range on the season. That three-pointer misses the mark for Auguste. Now Moff thought about it, defers to Clark, extra pass to Davis. Brown, and foul called on the floor against Antoine Farrell. Moff throws it in from the baseline, lobs it over the top to Brown, squares up for three, short. Another offensive rebound, this time for Moff. Bulldogs a chance to reset. Moff finds a seam, however, and takes it straight to the rim. So the offensive rebound's already paying off for the Bulldogs. 6 second chance points already for the Citadel. That was a category where the Bulldogs came up short against Presbyterian. Nice mid-range jumper for Farrell. Roach from deep. Clark races after it, but it goes out of play. Finish that point about the rebounding numbers. We mentioned on the offensive glass specifically, Presbyterian out-rebounded the Citadel 18-7. In terms of offensive boards, what they translated to in second chance points, the Blue Hose had 26 second chance points, while the Citadel only had 7 in the game. That was a notable difference on the box score. Pump fake and a drive. Clark cuts off Dylan Scott. He finds Sereno Williams for 2. Clark has it poked away. Turnover. Hayden Brown wins it right back for the Bulldogs. Roach for 3. That sails long. Now in transition. That pass nearly led Auguste out of bounds. He did what he could to keep the play alive. See if it pays dividends or not. Cougars are able to set up something in the half court. Shot clock at 6. 3 ball on the way. Missed by Dylan Scott. Offensive rebound for Carver. Poked out of bounds. And it stays with the Cougars when we return. The Citadel up by 4 early on in this game, presented by Pepsi. .44 remaining in the first half. Kyle West here inside McAllister Fieldhouse. Take a look at some of the keys to the game. First for the Citadel, one and done. That is something we've referenced already. The rebounding margin, one and done on the defensive end, clearing that defensive rebound on the first missed shot by Carver College, preventing any second chances. Also focus on the details. In a game where the margin can grow quickly, you want to focus on that attention to detail, as that's a turnover by Carver. Meanwhile, that's actually one of the keys to the game for the Cougars, reducing the turnovers. Carver has its point guard available again to try to minimize that and learn from the experience. Of course, going against a Division I opponent, Carver plays a lot of them, but this is still a very young team, almost exclusively freshmen and sophomores. Rudy Fitzgibbons hits a 3, so for Carver, it's building from any experience gained here that will pay dividends later in the year, playing similar level of competition. Right now it's a 7-point game. Carver hanging around, shooting 50% from the floor, and that number goes up. 3-pointer for Dylan Scott came in 2 for 9 from 3-point range in the couple games recorded, and he has certainly surpassed that already. He's 2 for 3 today. Fitzgibbons trapped briefly, able to escape with a pass to Spence. Now Clark to Roach along the baseline, finds him off, left wing 3, does not go. Sims brings it ahead. Sims to Williams, mid-range jumper, short. Clark finds Roach, swings it quickly to Fitzgibbons, misses this time. Roach dives on the floor, and Moff retrieves it. Lob into Spence. Works with his back to the basket. Gets 2 feet into the lane, but then throws it away. Agist finds Farrell. Pull up from 15. Deflected. Loose ball foul. Williams, a push in the back. Moff had the position. Clark checks out. Hayden Brown returns. Brown closing in on 900 career points and 500 career rebounds. Ultimately has a chance to become the 15th player in school history with 1,000 points, 500 rebounds. He could reach the latter part of those milestones today. Came in with 494 on the season. Here he finds Moff. Moff, pump fake, one bounce inside the arc. And that's good for Tyler Moff, who leads the way with 7. Sims, defended by Moff, gives it up to Farrell. He's guarded by Fitzgibbons. Shot clock at 10. Farrell drives, dishes, couple players over there available for the pass, and staggering forward. Dylan Scott threw it toward the hoop, but before that, he took too many steps. And it brings us to a timeout on the floor. Bulldogs leading by 6 in this game presented by Pepsi. Tyler Moff tops all scores at the moment with 7, including that 3-pointer there. Here he used the pump fake to hit a 2. He's 3 for 4 overall from the floor, including that 1-3. Overall, the Bulldogs are shooting 50%, 30% from 3-point range. Carver shooting 45% overall and an impressive 60% from behind the arc. One of the problems being Carver 3 turnovers compared to only 1 by the Bulldogs. Again, that being one of the keys for Carver, trying to minimize the turnovers, which of course maximizes the number of possessions and shots available. Hayden Brown in traffic, rebounds his own miss, finds Fitzgibbons. Back to Brown, poked away from behind by Farrell. Forced the turnover, but then a bad pass from Bryson Scott is picked off by Fitzgibbons. Drive by Maynard. Finds Brady Spence in the lane. Second chance points for the Bulldogs here. Rudy Fitzgibbons from the corner. Sims guarded by David Maynard, one of the grad players on this team coming to the program from Colgate. Need a shot up for Carver. That does draw iron from Bryson Scott. The Bulldogs bring it up with Fitzgibbons. Fitzgibbons right down the heart of the lane. Timeout, Carver. Fitzgibbons found the opening. Finger roll right over the front of the rim. Some other team stats to pass along during the break. 11-3 rebounding margin for the Citadel, so +8 already for the Bulldogs. 6 offensive rebounds for the Citadel, and that has already led to 9 second chance points, which is already better than what the Bulldogs had in 50 minutes, a double overtime game at Presbyterian. The Citadel has already surpassed that, so that's a good sign for the Bulldogs. The Citadel has opened up its lead to double digits. Dylan Scott inbounds it to Glenn Sims. Also on the floor for Carver, Bryson Scott, who has the ball now. Auguste and Coley out there as well. Foul here. That goes against Fitzgibbons. His first, only the second foul on the Bulldogs in total. Carver has 3, as you see there at the bottom of your screen. Maynard steps into the passing lane, deflects it to Fitzgibbons. Bulldogs in transition. Hayden Brown throws it down, and the Citadel leads by 13. Sims trying to battle his way past, but stepped on the baseline for a Carver turnover. Maynard starting the break. Fitzgibbons with the assist to Brown. Now some full court pressure from Carver. Long pass over the top from Brown, finds Maynard. Fitzgibbons lines it up, right wing, and he has another 3 ball. He has 3 of those already on 4 tries. Came in with 4 on 16 attempts, shooting 25% for the season, but 3 for 4 today. And now he is the first Bulldog player to reach double digits with 11 points already. Low shot clock here. Carver College forces it up, and it almost drops for Dylan Scott off the glass. Instead, it's Fitzgibbons now on the move. Finds Maynard spotting up in the corner. The Citadel lighting it up now. Big run put together by the Bulldogs. 15 straight points. Carver has not scored in more than 5 minutes. Foul on Fitzgibbons. That becomes his second. Here's Fitzgibbons, a 3-pointer in the middle of this run, and Maynard with the most recent. A 15-0 run now spanning 6 minutes. Good defense by Maynard, forces another turnover as that pass ends up in the hands of Brent Davis. Rudy Fitzgibbons looking for another, and he finds it. 4 for 5 from deep for Rudy Fitzgibbons, and the Bulldogs have 18 straight points. Stays with Carver on the sideline. 16 to shoot, 18-0 run. Carver College has not scored in the last 6.5 minutes. Cougars out of Atlanta, Georgia. Carver College founded in 1943. Bulldogs here for the 3rd straight year hosting Carver College. And opening it up here in the last few minutes. That shot is missed by Stephen Maywin. Now Fitzgibbons with the hot hand, drives, dishes, Price. That rims out. Clark bats it toward midcourt where Fitzgibbons corrals it. Three-pointer missed by Davis. And the Cougars bring it ahead. Bryson Scott through the lane. Now Dylan Scott on a drive. That's off the window. Rebounded by Jackson Price, one of the newcomers for the Citadel. True freshman on this team. He hails from the state of Georgia. Fitzgibbons draws a foul. Bryson Scott catching Fitzgibbons across the arm. Moff, who just checked in to throw it in, finds Clark up top. Now goes and gets it, does Moff. Davis spotting up. His first three of the day. 5 different Bulldogs players with a three-pointer in the first half. That doesn't drop for Bryson Scott. Clark outlets to Moff, lobs it over the top to Price. Price fouled by Williams. There's Davis's first three of the game, his third of the year. Averaging 4.5 points, 5 rebounds a game. He's only played in 2 of the team's games. He did not appear against Morris College. Price, 1 for 2 at the line, right in line with his season average. He's now 3 for 6 overall. Price has a high ceiling with this team, a lot of opportunities to grow and develop and learn the game here at the Division I level. Coaching staff certainly excited about him, along with all of the newcomers joining what all in all has a lot of veteran leadership as well. This is Tyler Moff, who's a grad transfer but already in his second year with the program. Of course, Hayden Brown, long time with the program, conference preseason player of the year. Maynard, a newcomer, but also a veteran at the NCAA Division I level. He's a grad transfer, as I mentioned, from Colgate. Roach hits a three-pointer, and the run continues for the Bulldogs. It is now 22 straight points for the Citadel. Carver College has seen its scoring drought increase to 8.5 minutes. And it will continue. Cameron Knight comes up short on the three-pointer. Moff across the timeline into Clark. Baby hook, rims out. Bryson Scott rebounds. Now Scott gets it back from Sims for a three, and that stops the drought for Carver, which had surpassed 9 minutes. 22-0 run comes to a close for the Citadel. Looking to start a new run with Jackson Price, and that's exactly what he does. Sims gives it up to Coley, over to Farrell. Farrell drives, misses a runner. Price rebounds, brings it ahead himself. Moff bobbles the pass momentarily, and timeout is called by Farrell after he secured possession on the floor. Bulldogs in front, less than 4 to go in the first half, presented by Pepsi. One of the in-game promotions here, and we have a winner. Oh, it's close. Closest one of the season. Of course, there have only been 2, but of the 2, that was as close as they have been in the Make Your Bed competition. We'll keep a track on that throughout the season. We'll have a final chart at the end of the year. Jason Kempf will keep track of that. We'll send that his way. He's not here today, but we assume he'll be back in December. he's here in spirit for sure. Kyle West here with the play-by-play. Glad you're joining us. The Citadel leading 44-16 here in the first half, as the Cougars bring it up the floor out of the timeout. Hustle play there for Carver. Antoine Farrell diving on the floor, calling the timeout. Here's Farrell across the lane, blocked by Maynard. Shot clock at 10. Cameron Knight gives it up to Sims. Deep three on the way. And Price grabs it off the glass. Brown accelerates down the lane, now shuts it down, finds Moff for three. Off the left side of the iron. Brown tried to save it, but stepped on the line before he elevated. Traveling violation. Bryson Scott did not have a successful jump stop there. A substitution for the Cougars. Log East returns. Moff brings it up. Hayden Brown, Jackson Price, Jason Roach, and David Maynard, the five out there for the Bulldogs. Jason Roach, his third triple of the game. Three off the mark, contested by Maynard, but apparently not deflected, so it goes over to the Bulldogs. 9 players have seen the floor for the Citadel so far. Of those, 8 are already into the scoring column. Maynard cuts through the lane and draws a foul. Maynard heads to the line. This is 1-1. Too strong. Rebounded by Dylan Scott. Farrell surrounded by Brown and Roach. Brown takes it away, finds Maynard on the move. That's good. He's a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor, both of them being three-pointers. Hayden Brown, defensive rebound on the Sims miss. Brown loses it, poked away by Farrell. Now Sims. Farrell had a foot on the sideline as he caught the pass. Moff lobs it to Spence. And now all 9 of the Bulldogs who have played so far have at least 2 points. Miscommunication there, or at least not on the same page. Farrell started to cut, and Dylan Scott threw it to the area he vacated. Final minute of the opening half. Bulldogs on another double-digit run. 10 straight points for the Citadel at the moment. Moff's three, rebounded by Maynard. Offensive rebound for Brown, and he converts. 8 points, 4 rebounds. Make that 8 points, 5 rebounds for Hayden Brown. So one away from 500 rebounds in his career. And he makes it a 12-0 run. Bulldogs earlier in the half had a 22-0 run. Brown, a chance for three after the bucket and the foul. Auguste coming down on the arm. Price returns. And Brown departs. Shot clock off for the Cougars. Skip pass out to Coley. Extra pass to the corner at the buzzer. Three-pointer for Auguste. Makes the difference 38 at halftime. The Citadel in front. Halftime coverage coming up next, presented by Pepsi. All right, everybody, quick, pick a number between 1 and 21. Because that's how many people are attempting to make a half-court shot here. I was hoping we were going to have the world's largest knockout game at halftime, but that did not happen. So instead, everybody's shooting one half-court shot. That was almost online. We'll take a look at our first half highlights. We'll keep an eye on this as well. We'll tell you who has the closest shot when we come back. The Citadel has been on the mark with its shot, certainly. Tyler Moff with a three early on. He has 7 points, all of those very early on. Carver kept it close initially. It was 17-13. And then the Bulldogs used a 22-0 run, broke the game wide open. There's Hayden Brown with a dunk in transition. It was 39-13 after that 22-0 run. The Citadel closed out the half with a 12-0 run prior to a three-pointer near the end by Auguste. Well, the Bulldogs pulling away, shooting 58% overall, including 50%, 11 for 22. From three-point range. Carver 28% from the floor, 33% from behind the arc. Those are the highlights from the first half. We'll keep an eye on this. That one hit the shot clock. That does not count for anything except for damage. Halftime coverage continues in a moment. The Citadel leading Carver 57-19 here at halftime. Kyle West here with the play-by-play inside McAllister Fieldhouse. Take a look at the halftime stats presented by Roper St. Francis. Mentioned a few of the team numbers, including the field goal percentage, the rebounds, a theme throughout. The Citadel has more offensive rebounds than the Cougars have total rebounds. 22 rebounds for the Citadel. Of those, 9 have been offensive rebounds, which has led to 11 second chance points. Carver does not have any second chance points. Individually, Rudy Fitzgibbons, 14 points, leads all scores. He's done that in only 8 minutes. Hayden Brown, 11 points, also picked up rebound number 6. That gives him 500 for his career. So congratulations to Hayden Brown reaching that milestone. And he is also, as a product of that, past 900 career points this evening. Tyler Moff, 7 points, 5 assists. Jason Roach has 9 points on 3 three-pointers. For Carver, Dylan Scott and Stefan Auguste tied for the team lead with 6 points apiece here at the break. Okay, if you already picked your number 1 through 21, congratulations. You followed the rules correctly the first time. If you didn't, you have one more chance. Here you go. Number between 1 and 21. The two closest, there are two actually, closest in the half-court shots. It was contestant number 2, hit the backboard, banked, rolled all the way around the rim and spun out. And contestant number 17 had it perfectly on line, and it hit the front of the rim. So if you had both of those, congratulations. Well, actually, not congratulations. You're only supposed to pick one. But if you had one of those numbers, and if you're in a household with 2 or more people and you each had one of those numbers, you can debate among yourselves which one is better, to hit the front rim on the fly or to go off the backboard, have it halfway down, and spin out. Either way, those were the two closest. If you had contestant 14, he lined it off the shot clock, so you win the other door prize. 57-19 is the halftime score here. The Citadel in front. Halftime coverage presented by Pepsi continues in just a moment. Bulldogs have returned to the floor. Carver will be back out there in a moment. Just a couple minutes remaining in halftime here. This game presented by Pepsi. Kyle West here inside McAllister Fieldhouse. The Bulldogs comfortably in front here. A few other games featuring SoCon teams. ETSU, small lead over USC Upstate, although that's in the first half. UNCG coming away with a victory against Green Bay by just a couple, and later tonight Samford will be in action against Oregon State. So those are some of the games involving SoCon teams. SoCon has already had a good showing overall. Furman with a win at Louisville, and of course the Citadel with a win at Pitt. Just a couple of the notable results from non-conference play already. Meanwhile, in this matchup, the Citadel once again out to a comfortable lead. This is last year's contest, December 9th. The Citadel hosted Carver a season ago, won that game 102-51. The previous year, these teams met in December and won that game 108-40. So the Bulldogs have been able to control these games. Again, Carver with its affiliation in the NCCAA, but playing a lot of NCAA Division I opponents as part of its schedule. The Bulldogs continuing to warm up here. Just about a minute to go. And SoCon action will continue throughout the weekend. Tomorrow, UNCG, continuing in its tournament, will play UMass. Furman will play host to Radford in a Southern Conference Big South Conference matchup. Wofford hosts Hampton, which will also be the same, and Western Carolina on the road against UMBC. Always interesting to keep an eye on the Southern Conference at the beginning of the year and at the end of the year to see if the conference can make some noise in the NCAA tournament as well. Right now, Furman, I mentioned that big victory already on the books. They're actually receiving some votes for the top 25. It's still early, and you see a lot of variation in the early season polls as teams win a couple of games and move up and down, but certainly that win caught the attention of at least 1 or 2 voters. Furman receiving votes currently in the top 25 poll. That was 80-72. That was in overtime, made that win even more impressive. To win in overtime when you have 5 minutes starting with a fresh slate. 20 minutes on the clock here. We're ready to go. Second half, Carver will have the opening possession. Citadel showing some zone defense. Three-pointer from the corner missed by Keyshawn Coley. Hayden Brown finds Tyler Moff from the floor. Now Roach back to Moff. A lot of congestion on that side. Roach the open man. Three-pointer short, strong rebound and put back for Hayden Brown plus a foul. Hayden Brown skying above two Cougars players. Pulling it down with both hands and making a move to the basket and a chance for a three-point play. Brown hits it. 14 points, 8 rebounds for him, so he's in double-double territory yet again. He had 13 double-doubles last year. That was second most in a single season in program history. And one expects he will rack up some more throughout this year. Brown keeps that rebound in play, so that's number 9 for him. So he's one away from a double-double today. Had the double-double against Presbyterian, looking to make it back-to-back double-doubles. Moff lobs it over to Clark, who goes to the other side of the rim and lays it in calmly. Citadel working on its zone defense here. It's a good opportunity here with the starters still out there. Rudy Fitzgibbons is in right now rather than Brent Davis. Other than that, though, Fitzgibbons will see plenty of minutes, certainly. He's averaging 23 minutes per game in the early going this year. That bucket's good for Dylan Scott. The overall point being Citadel has a chance here at a halftime to work on some things, especially that zone defense in preparation for conference play, which we just highlighted. Figures to be another tough conference campaign yet again. Lead stretched to 43. Tyler Moff 1 point away from double digits now. Sims off the mark. Offensive rebound for Coley, trapped behind the basket. Finds Dylan Scott, who cashes in a three. Clark aggressive down the right side of the lane, misses off the window. Scott across to Sims. Farrell drives, and a traveling violation is called. There's a three a moment ago by Dylan Scott. He's been lighting it up. He's 3 for 4 from behind the arc. He leads the way with 11 points and also is tied for the team lead with 3 rebounds. So he's at the top of the charts in both categories on the Carver side of the box score. Brown and Fitzgibbons are tied for game honors scoring-wise with 14 apiece. Clark fouled. Second foul on Dylan Scott. Clark to the line. Clark's first foul shot comes up short. This is something else the Bulldogs can work on. Just 63% from the foul line this season, which is also what they shot against Presbyterian. 14 for 22 in that game. Clark 50% on the year. Matches that, 1 for 2 on this trip. Three hit the backboard first for Bryson Scott. Hayden Brown ahead of the pack for the slam. Ball hit Roach. goes out of play. Foul, reach in by Clark. There's Clark with the assist to Brown. Great vision, nice pass leading Brown to the hoop. Brown with his 10th rebound has his second straight double-double. Moff to Fitzgibbons. Rebound for Bryson Scott. Sims lost his balance, and it results in a turnover. Bulldogs comfortably ahead here, early second half, presented by Pepsi. Bulldogs leading 67-24. Kyle Lester with the play-by-play. Glad you're joining us. The Citadel's next game will be on the road. That'll be against Duke, top 10 team in the nation. That'll be next Monday at 9 p.m. Clark drives, dishes. Roach to Fitzgibbons for three, rims out. The Citadel will start a road swing, as a matter of fact. 3 straight on the road at Duke next Monday, at South Carolina State, and then at UNC Asheville. The Citadel returns home against NC Central December 6th, so that'll be the next home game for the Bulldogs. Moff, pull up three. That's good. After that, the Citadel just sets up camp and does not leave Charleston for the rest of the month. Once they're here December 6th against North Carolina Central, they'll have home games, 4 more, all the way through the month of December. Their next road game will not be until conference play on New Year's Day at Samford. That jumper is missed by Farrell. Now Moff inside to Spence. Spence, 2 dribbles, drops baseline and scores. Three glances off the front iron for Dylan Scott. Fitzgibbons leading the charge here. Finds Clark. Clark down the lane. Defended well by Coley. Forces a turnover. Bryson Scott. Lot of players going down the lane simultaneously. That pass found its way through to Dylan Scott, and he's fouled by Roach. Dylan Scott, his team's leading scorer tonight, has 11 points, also 5 rebounds, best on the team. 3 for 6 from three-point range, but he misses his first foul shot. That's the first free throw attempt for the Cougars today. The Citadel has just 9, 6 for 9 at the foul line. 1 for 2 for Scott, who checks out. Cameron Knight takes his place. And Carver picks up full court. Fitzgibbons all the way to the rim, lays it in. Three-pointer for Farrell. Off front iron, Fitzgibbons weaves past two and finds Jackson Price running the floor for a lay-in. Farrell, short as well. Spence flips it back into play. Now Farrell on a drive, lays it in. Tough shot there. Spence contesting in the air. Farrell with a scoop shot around Spence for two. Now Spence has his pass knocked down, stays with the Bulldogs. Maynard. Fitzgibbons rejected by Serena Williams. The Bulldogs still have it. Jackson Price able to get Williams airborne and wait there for the foul. That brings us to a timeout on the floor. Welcome back inside McAllister Fieldhouse. Pepsi fun fact today is Carver College last year set a record for Division I opponents for a non-NCAA Division I team. All right, now you can guess a home. This is not a trivia question. We're going to make it a trivia question, though. Think of a number in your mind. If the number was 21, you're correct. Brady Spence lays it in out of the timeout. 21 games last year for Carver against NCAA Division I opponents, most ever for a team that is not from NCAA Division I. That according to Ken Pomeroy, who has so many stats and figures that he tracks throughout college basketball. This year, Carver College is scheduled to play 17 NCAA Division I opponents, so certainly not lightening the workload much. Talking to the head coach, Brian Spencer, before the game. This team very young, so not only is it a step up in competition, but it's also a youthful team trying to learn at the same time. Almost all freshmen and sophomores on this squad. A couple of juniors and a senior, but vast majority underclassmen on this team. 17 this year, 21 a year ago, and that was during COVID protocols as well. So you talk about playing that many Division I opponents, and on top of that you had all of the extra protocols and travel procedures and everything else that went with that as well. That is a tiring schedule to say the least. But Carver battling here. Kept it competitive for a little bit in the first half. Now trailing by a larger margin here, approaching the midway point of the second half. First foul of the game on Maynard. Overall, Carver has played 54 Division I opponents in its program history. Does not have a win against an NCAA Division I team. Not that you would necessarily expect that. The NCCAA, we keep referencing, that stands for the National Christian College Athletic Association, different athletic association from the NCAA. So you'll have typically smaller colleges, smaller enrollments. Certainly those colleges and universities with a Christian focus as well. That's the NCCAA, which is where Carver has its collegiate affiliation. Here's a three-pointer, and that's good for Cameron Knight. Jerry Higgins now running point for the Bulldogs. Brock Wakefield is in there as well for the Citadel. David Maynard and Jackson Price all on the floor along with Brady Spence. So you have 3 newcomers out there along with Higgins and Spence. Different lineup combination than we've seen. Near turnover on the inbound pass. Price hustles forward and calls a timeout. So he saves the possession. The Citadel will have 14 to shoot when play resumes. And we'll take the timeout with them. Bulldogs in front almost midway through the second half, presented by Pepsi. Jackson Price to inbound to Brock Wakefield. Wakefield brings it ahead for the Bulldogs. Dribbles into a little bit of a trap on the sideline. A foul is called. It's on Knight. Wakefield, that's a hand check on the perimeter on Williams. Coming out to defend. Maynard lobs all the way into Owen Spencer, out to Wakefield. And another foul. This one will be on the Bulldogs, however. Pass caught Bryson Scott off guard. Wakefield takes advantage for 2. Bryson Scott. That's a tough pass that goes past Kajon Gary and out of play. Spencer back to the basket. Finds Wakefield in the corner. That rattles down. Wakefield had 13 points off the bench in his collegiate debut against Morris College in the home opener for the Bulldogs. Wakefield with 5 already in just a couple of minutes so far for the Citadel tonight. Fade away. Splashes through for Bryson Scott. Cameron Knight sprinting back defensively, intercepts the pass intended for Jackson Price. Gary loses the handle. Maynard scoops it up. Higgins. Higgins with the bucket. His first points of the season. He was the only player that didn't score in the game against Morris in the home opener, but he had 5 assists, so he certainly did his part. Now he has his first points of the season. Spencer rebounds the miss by Knight, but he went out of bounds in the process. So Carver with the basketball when we return. The Citadel up big in this game, presented by Pepsi. The Citadel leading 85-36. November 18th, That's today's date. The year is 2021. We'll look back in history and see other things that happened on November 18th. Calvin and Hobbes was published for the first time, 1985. That's an interesting one. Owen Wilson was born. I don't know what National Princess Day means in 1994, but for those that want to look it up, I'm sure we could all learn together. That's good. We didn't have Jason Kemp here today, so I was worried we were going to go through a whole broadcast without random tidbits of information to talk around the water cooler tomorrow. So now you know November 18th is apparently National Princess Day. I was unaware, I'll admit. Also, Owen Wilson was born, so, you know, take your pick on what you want to talk about tomorrow. Nice follow there by K-John Gary, freshman with the bucket. His first of the day. Maynard's 3 off the mark. Offensive rebound for Dylan Engler. Higgins now has his first three-pointer of the season. .50 margin here for the Bulldogs. 6.5 to go. Spencer contests the shot. Now Engler brings it ahead. Wakefield, left wing 3, swish. Bryson Scott, step back, long 2. Rebound for Engler. Crosses over, spins back the other way, almost banked it home. Instead, a rebound for Cameron Knight. Deep 3 on the way. Saved along the baseline, into the hands of Maynard. Higgins with numbers. Almost tipped in by Spencer, timing just slightly off there. That falls through. Sincere Jacobs Holloman, his first basket. Now Jacobs Holloman reaches in. Couple more subs for the Citadel. Jackson Gammons and Robert Guyton are in for the first time. Guyton throws it into Wakefield. Final 5 minutes. Engler and Spencer staying out there with the Bulldogs. Wakefield stretching the lead further, now up to 53. Shot is strong for Williams. Offensive rebound for Guyton. Stays with the Citadel with 18 to shoot. Spencer hands to Gammons, out to Wakefield. Three-pointer short. Offensive rebound for Engler. Here's Gammons on a drive. Jump stop in the lane. And a foul from behind on Maywin. Less than 4 minutes to go. Final timeout on the floor. Jackson Gammons at the line for the Citadel. Take a look at some upcoming games for the Bulldogs. This is across all sports. You can see we talked about basketball is on the road for the rest of November, but a lot of the sports on the road. Volleyball, that's the conference tournament in Birmingham, Alabama. Wrestling is up at the Naval Academy, and football will be in action at Chattanooga. So a lot of the Citadel teams leaving Charleston, and again, the men's basketball team will be on the road for the next 3, beginning with that contest against Duke in Durham next Monday. That's at 9 p.m. Three-pointer is good for Cameron Knight. After that, South Carolina State November 28th and UNC Asheville December 1st. Then again, the team returns home December 6th. That'll be against NC Central. That'll be the next home game, first of 5 in a row for the Citadel in the month of December. Wakefield has his first shot blocked, grabs a rebound, finds Price underneath. Price comes up short. Here's Gary. Tonight, Guyton, a rebound, long pass to Engler, in stride for 2. Nice feed there by Guyton. He picks up the assist. Engler has his first basket of the day. Once again, the Bulldogs able to empty the bench, and now a lot of players breaking through into the scoring column. Only a couple have not scored yet, Spencer and Guyton, but they have both only been out there for limited time. Shot clock about to expire, and that's a foul on Engler. Coming across the arm of Knight on the release. First one is good for Knight. He's up to 9 points now. Dylan Scott continues to lead the way, 12 points, 5 rebounds for Carver. On the other side, we mentioned that all but 2 players have scored so far, but also within that 4 different players in double digits. Hayden Brown finished with a double-double, 16 points, 10 rebounds. 16 points also for Rudy Fitzgibbons. Unlikely to see him again. The ball goes inside here to Spencer. Out to Gammons. That shot is blocked. Other 2 players in double digits for the Bulldogs. Tyler Moff, 12 points, along with a game-high 6 assists. And Brock Wakefield has cracked double digits with 10. Second straight game at home where he has reached 10-plus points off the bench. Wakefield not out there now. Higgins running point. Into the corner it goes. Three-pointer missed by Gammons. Cameron Knight brings it ahead, finds Maywin. Drive and runner missed by Gary. Gammons this time drives baseline and fouled at the rim. First attempt rims out for him. The Citadel now 8 for 12 at the foul line. Here's another look at that drive. Gammons was going up with 2 hands at the rim, but the contact came out in front. Did not have a chance to finish it. Gammons comes up empty at the foul line. Final minute here inside McAllister Fieldhouse, announced over the public address system. Foul on the perimeter. Leads to a 1-and-1 coming up. Gary misses the front end of a 1-and-1. Engler with the rebound, and then he's hip checked into the basketball stanchion. That's a foul. Williams will head out. Coley returns. Overall, just to finish the numbers for today, as it stands right now, plus 25 in the rebounding column, 47-22. The Citadel out-rebounding Carver. Of course, that'll change slightly here, perhaps. Engler makes the first. The Citadel shooting 53% from the floor, 43% from three-point range, 15 for 35 to be exact. And a good day at the foul line as well, as the Citadel now shooting nearly 80% at the charity stripe. Knight from the baseline. About a 6-second difference, game clock, shot clock, so the Bulldogs do need to take a shot. Guyton hits the three. He gives the Citadel triple digits, and he has a triple himself, his second of the year. Now with the shot clock off, Sincere Jacobs Holloman will dribble it out, and that will bring a close to this one. 102-49 the final. Last year again it was 102-51, so nearly identical score. The Citadel reaches triple digits here today and moves its record to 3-1 on the season. Handshakes there at the conclusion of this one. The Citadel defeats Carver College 102-49. We're glad you could join us for this one. Kyle West saying so long from inside McAllister Fieldhouse, reminding you that all games airing live and streaming can be found on the ESPN app. Thanks for joining us for this.